Everyone understood? Okay. Now guys, renaming a column, we have understood. Now let's go for the next one. That is dropping a column. Column को drop कैसे करते हैं? Alter table name. So ये सारे changes guys. Okay, look at this. Okay, all these changes. Suppose you have added some column. Suppose you have dropped some column. You have to actually update those changes. Where? In the table. Suppose कुछ column add किया आपने. कौन सा column किया? आधार ID. तो वो यहाँ पे लिखना जरूरी है. Understanding? It is important for you to write that column over here. Understanding everybody? समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. Now, if you have changed the data type, you have changed the constraint, update those changes over here. Update those changes over here. Then only it will be proper. Okay. Let's go for the next one. Right now, I want to drop the column. So मैं क्या करूँगा? Drop करूँगा column. Drop. So drop करने से पहले very simple. Alter table name, that is students. Then drop column Aadhaar. What it is saying? Table altered. Now you describe DSC. Okay, DSC students. Now that column won't be there anymore. So understood guys, this 3 commands, 3 commands समझ में आए सबके? Yes, good. Let's go for the next one. So this you can also do on your own. Just syntax को use करना है, that's it. मान लो अगर, okay, let's go for the next one guys. Okay, let's change the data type of some column. For example, the data type of some column. Okay, for example, आपने contact number column का data type क्या दिया है? What have you given as a data type for contact number column? Contact number column का data type क्या है? देखते हैं एक बार students. See, contact number का क्या है? Number of 10. Can I make it as varchar of 10? Before you insert the data, then like before you insert the data, make the change in terms of data type. कैसे? Okay, आपको कौन सा command execute करना है? आपको ये command execute करना है. I'll write it over here. See, which command you have to execute? I'll show you. आपको ये command execute करना है. I'll show you the command. Look here. To change the data type, alter table name, modify column name, new data type. So alter table name. What is the table name? Students. And then after this, modify column name. What was the column name? Contact. New data type. What is that? Varchar of 10. So this is what you need to execute. ये execute करना है आपको. Execute it. It is saying cannot modify column data with current constraint. Okay. तो इस पे constraint दिया है, right? इस पे कोई constraint दिया है, correct? What it is saying, cannot modify column name with current constraint because this contact number is having number data type और हमने constraint कौन सा दिया है अभी? Number. See, length we have used, right? Length of something, not length of length of something we have used, correct? Length of contact number वो दिया है number पे. So we are checking that for number. So just because of that, you won't be able to see here. Everyone listen. Okay, now you tell me guys, the contact number, you have your number of 10. So there is a constraint. So you need to first of all disable that constraint. आपको disable करना होगा constraint. तो disable कैसे करेंगे constraint को और delete कैसे करेंगे constraint को? There is a syntax. Can you guys see, look at the last syntax? Can you guys look at the last syntax? Can you guys look at the last syntax, what it is? Syntax is very simple. Alter table, table name, drop, constraint, constraint reference name. So constraint reference name देख पा रहे हो यहाँ पे. Now you got to know why it was so important. Why this constraint reference name is so important understanding? Because you need to provide that if you want to disable, drop, or enable the constraint. Okay. Suppose you want to drop the constraint, you want to delete the constraint, you can use this syntax. Okay. So ये syntax use करो. ओके कंस्ट्रेंट रेफरेंस नेम की जगह पे जो कंस्ट्रेंट रेफरेंस नेम था वो देना होगा, वो डिसेबल करना होगा, उसके बाद ही जाकर आप डेटा टाइप को चेंज कर पाओगे. इफ दैट कॉलम इज नॉट हैविंग एनी डेटा टाइप यू कैन जस्ट गो अहेड विद इट, नो इशू. If that column is not having any constraint, you can change it. जैसे कि I'll show you, I'll add a new column. See here, look here. Okay, I'll add a new column. Enter table, table name that is students. Okay, I'll add like add column that is for example column name is let's assume email ID, or for example let's assume like scholarship. No, or else something like age. Okay, we will give age. Okay, age I'll give. Age I'll give it as varchar of 3. I have given it as varchar of 3, right? So now DSC students, if I do means you'll be able to see age column with varchar to data type. Now this varchar to I want to change to something else. So what I should do, alter table, table name that is students. Now after that, okay, you have to do one thing. What is that? Modify. Then you have to write the column name, which was the column name, age, and you have to give the recent one. So for example, number of 3 I'll give. Now see here, it is saying table like that. Now this time DSC students, if you do means the the data type, it will be changed. Understanding how to change the data type of the column? Please take the screenshot of this. Take the screenshot of this page, guys, everyone. We are able to change the data type. We are able to change the data type. अगर कंस्ट्रेंट है उस कॉलम पे तो वो कंस्ट्रेंट को आपको हटाकर बाद में चेंज करना पड़ेगा. Okay, that is one thing, that is one jugaad that you have to do. Okay, so for example any constraint is having not null constraint, for example any column is having not null constraint, तो वो कैसे change करना है? Okay, for example if a column is mandatory column, how to make it as non-mandatory. If some column is non-mandatory, how to make it as mandatory. That if you want to learn means use this. जैसे कि for example, okay, for example over here in DSC branch you have made one column that is not null. Can you guys look at the column name that is branch name? It is not null. That means it is mandatory. If you want to make it as optional, what you should do? You should write this query. Okay, alter table name I'll consider. Okay, I'll consider the table name as for example branch. बाद में modify column name and existing data type null or not null. Modify. Okay, column name what I can give. Okay, for example, which column name? That was branch name, right? What was that? Branch name. Okay, branch underscore name. Branch underscore name. इसका data type, इसका null I want to change to not null. So what I should do? Existing data type. अभी उसका data type क्या है? वो देखना पड़ेगा. Branch name. Varchar 2 of 30. Varchar 2 of 30. Varchar 2 of 30. बाद में null or not null. So I want to make it as null. So this is what the syntax. So copy this and it's it is saying table like that. Now this time, if you describe branch, it will be optional. This column. Can you guys see? Look at the change. It was mandatory over here. Now it became non-mandatory. That means I have made it as optional. I have removed not null constraint. So understood how to remove the not null constraint, everyone? Not null constraint को कैसे हटाया जा सकता है ये समझ में आया सबको? Even perform more tasks. Then you look at them as to add well. You send one document table मान लो कि आपको यूनिक ऐड करना है, यूनिक कंस्ट्रेंट ऐड करना है, यूज दिस सिंटैक्स. सपोज यू वांट टू ऐड चेक check constraint, you add use this syntax. You want to use primary key constraint, use this syntax. So समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Everybody, are you able to understand this? Okay, cool. So use this syntaxes, guys. I hope you guys can do this. If in case you have not added any constraint, you can later on add the constraints. Okay, जैसे कि age पे using alter can you perform more than one task at a time, sir, in one query? At a time in one query you cannot do. Aniket, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. Okay, you have to do it separately. Okay, for example, you want to add any constraint, you can add it using any of the syntax. अगर देख पाओगे तो syntax similar है. If you know the syntax of table, definitely this you don't even have to by heart. It's same. Just add keyword is coming. Okay, remaining syntax, have you seen this anywhere? आपने ये देखा है क्या कहीं पे पहले? Constraint reference name unique, then column name constraint reference name check condition. Have you seen this anywhere? Definitely you have seen that in the create syntax, correct? So if you know that syntax, this is nothing. You can aram se remember. Okay. So I hope you guys can do this. Okay. Execute these commands. Okay. Execute these commands. Okay. These commands are very easy as well as by heart these commands. Okay. So your DDL is completed. Your DML is already done. Now once you create these two tables, right? Once you create these two tables, then you insert the data in these two tables. Okay. You already know how to insert the data in the table. Correct. So shall we go ahead with the next one, that is DCL, data control? Yes. We'll go ahead with something called as data control language. Now there are two commands, guys. One is grant, one is revoke. One is grant, one is revoke. Now I hope everybody knows how to create the account. सबको पता है, right? Is there anybody who don't know how to create the account? ऐसा कोई है क्या जिसको अभी पता नहीं है कि अकाउंट कैसे क्रिएट करते हैं? Just let me know. If there is anybody who don't know how to create the account, means let me know, I'll teach you. Yes? Everybody knows, right? Yes, okay. So grant and revoke in the sense what, guys? Very simple. Okay, I'll explain you. See, look here. Imagine you have a database. Imagine you have a database over here, and in this database, there are some accounts. There are some accounts, I tell you. Give me a minute. There are some accounts. First account is a system account. Just remember, like there are some accounts. I'll show you quickly. I'll show you how to create the account. Also, see here, guys. Okay, system is the main account. Then you have account called as Scott. Then you have account called as Suraj. Let's assume. Okay, then there is an account called as Omkar. Then there is an account called as Saurabh. Then there is an account called as let's assume Sahil. Okay, so I'll create these three accounts. Okay, if anybody don't know how to create the account, focus. Okay, I'll quickly create all these accounts. So first step, guys, connect system, enter the password tiger, create user Omkar identified by password, that is Omkar1, and over here connect grant create session to Omkar, and then the password is connect Omkar, and Omkar1 is the password, enter, done. User is Omkar. So one user is created, that is Omkar. Now I create one more user, Okay, I have to connect first to system. The next password is tiger. Then what I'll do is create user Saurabh identified by password, that is Saurabh1. Okay, then user is created. Then after this, grant create session to Saurabh. Then password is like connect Saurabh. Then password is Saurabh1. Enter, connected. So one more user is created, that is Saurabh. After this, I want to create one more user. Create username, that is Suraj identified by Suraj1. Oh wait, yes, I have to connect to system first. Then after that, tiger. Then create user Suraj identified by Suraj1. Okay, then it is saying user created. After that, what I'll do? Grant create session to Suraj. Then connect Suraj. Password is Suraj1. Enter. So show user is Suraj. So how many users I have created? If I want to see the list of users that I have created, guys, okay, I'll show you. Select star from all underscore users. This is the command. Now see, look at the number of users that I have created or we have created. See here together. There is Suraj, there is Omkar, and there is Saurabh. Correct? So we have created some users. Okay. So recently created users, if you want to see, means you can do one thing like this. You can write select uh, created. Sorry, select star from all underscore users. You know, order by clause, right? Order by created descending DSC. Now see here, recently created users you will get first. That is Suraj, Saurabh, and Omkar. Correct? Understood? So you'll get this users. Okay, you'll get this users. After this, okay, suppose I want to give the permission. See, I'll tell you one scenario. Okay, I'll tell you three different scenarios. Everyone, am I audible properly? Yes. Okay. Now listen. Now listen. Suppose, guys, Omkar wants to. Okay, Omkar wants to see the table. Okay, Omkar wants to see the table of Scott. For example, EMP table. For example, EMP table. What he should do? What he should do? He should ask permission to whom? He should ask permission from whom? From Scott. Correct? Or Scott should give permission to Omkar. To Omkar. Understanding? How? How it will be given? Okay, there is a syntax. Grant SQL statement. There is a syntax, guys. Grant SQL statement on table name to user. There is a syntax. Okay. So क्या करना होगा? For example, grant SQL statement क्या देना है अब? अगर ओमकार को टेबल देखना है तो उसको परमिशन सिलेक्ट वाला लेना पड़ेगा. So select after that on which table? On table name, that is EMP. Then after that, to which user? To Omkar. You need to type this. Understanding? So copy this. And from which account I should type this, guys? Tell me. From which account I should type this? No, wrong. This command is used to give the permission. So who will execute this? What will execute? This. Understanding? What will execute this? Understanding, everybody? So what we will do? We'll copy this. We need to connect to Scott first. Connect to Scott. What is the password? Tiger. Execute this. What did he say? What did he say? Grant succeeded. Now, guys, how to check whether Omkar got the permission or not? Omkar को permission मिला या नहीं? वो check कैसे करना है? Omkar needs to check whether he got the permission or not. Or not. Okay, how he will check? Using what? You need to connect to Omkar first. Correct? Then after that, you need to execute one command. What is that command? Select star from. This time it should be like scott.emp, guys. Okay, you have to execute what? Scott.emp, account name.emp. Because this is not a table of Omkar, right? This table doesn't belong to Omkar, correct? This table belongs to Scott. So scott.emp we need to execute. So see here, what I'll do, connect Omkar. The password is Omkar1. Enter. Now I'll execute this. Is it showing you the table? Is it showing you the table? Yes, guys. Is it showing you the table, everybody? Yes. Understood how to use this? Similar way, guys. Similar way. If Saurabh wants to update the data of the, in similar way, if Saurabh wants to update the data, for example, Saurabh, I'll consider like over here. Saurabh, he wants to update the table of Scott. He don't want to see, guys. He wants to update. So how he will update? Should ask for the permission to Scott. Okay, so syntax will be same. Scott should execute what? Scott should give permissions to whom? Saurabh. Understanding? He has to execute what? Grant update, guys. What is the SQL statement that we need to use over here? Is update. We need to give update permission. Is that clear? This permission, is it clear, everybody? So this time it will not be given to Omkar, it will be given to Saurabh, right? So I'll give it over here as Saurabh. Then after that, Saurabh needs to check whether he got the permission or not. Correct? So how will he check? How will he check, guys? How will he check that he got the permission or not? He'll connect to his account. He will connect to his account. So now what we have to do? We have to connect to his account. Connect Saurabh. Then after this, we have to execute what command? We have to execute some update command, right? So update. Update. What is the update? Syntax update table name. Scott dot emp. For example, set salary is equal to 10,000. Where? Rename in Smith. Rename in Smith. What will happen now? Because of this query, what will happen? It will go and update the salary of Smith. Understanding? Now execute this. How will we execute? Okay, very simple. First, we need to give the permission. Who will give the permission? Scott. So connect to Scott first. Now, Scott, how will give the permission? Grant update on EMP to Saurabh. Okay, it is like grant succeeded. Now, after that, connect Saurabh. I'll connect to Saurabh. Saurabh will enter his password. It's connected. Then after this, execute this command. It is saying one row updated. Now, guys, Saurabh, will he be able to see the table, guys, from scott.emp? Will he be able to see the table? Execute and see. Is it working? Is he able to see the table? No, he is just able to update the data, guys. He is not able to see the table because does he have that permission? No, he doesn't have that permission. He doesn't have any permission to see the data. He has the permission to update the data, but table को देखने का permission उसके पास नहीं है. तो वो करने के लिए हमको Scott में ही जाना पड़ेगा. Just do commit over here. Commit करना जरूरी है. Then over here, select. Okay, select के पहले connect to Scott. Enter the password that is tiger. Then select star from EMP. Look at the output. Look at the salary of Smith. Okay, look at the salary of Smith, guys. Is it updated? समझ में आया सबको? Everybody understood this? Simple it is. Okay, then after that, if you want to verify, connect to Scott, select star from EM. It will be coming. So after this, you need to enter commit. Okay, fine then, yes. Now, as of now, please take the screenshot of this two. Please take the screenshot of this two, this one, as well as the next one. Next one, yes. Taken, guys? Yes, everyone. Is it done? Okay, after this, take the screenshot of this. Okay, cool. Now, guys, suppose the next person is Suraj. Now, Suraj wants to delete the Scott's data. Suraj wants to delete Scott's data. Okay, what we should do? Suraj wants to delete Scott's row or delete EMP tables data. So, what Suraj should do? Suraj should ask for the permission to whom? Scott needs to give permission to Suraj. The syntax is what? What is the syntax? Grant SQL statement on table name to user. Now, how to write this grant? Delete on EMP to Suraj. Copy this, and after this, where to execute this? Okay, by whom, to whom I should be connected? Okay, connect to Scott. First step. Okay, then after that, this one. Then this one. Okay, then after this, everything it will be succeeded. Now see here. 1 minute, guys. Now observe. अभी क्या करना है कि connect to Suraj. Okay, but before Suraj, Scott. Get the permission of the Scott. Grant SQL statement that is delete on EMP to whom? Suraj. Now Suraj got the permission. Now what Suraj will do? Suraj will connect to Suraj. Password is Suraj1. It's saying like connected. Right now I'm in Suraj account. So after this, what to do? Okay, I have to check whether I'm able to delete the record or not. So delete from scott.emp where what I can write. Where ename is Smith, I can delete Smith's record. Okay, so one row deleted, like that I can do. Understanding? Is that clear, everybody? सबको समझ में आ रहा है ये? How to delete the data from some other account? Simple steps, okay, simple step, nothing complicated, okay? But I want that back, guys. I can do rollback. I can use one command called as rollback. So what will happen if you execute rollback? Rollback in the sense, again, that name will be coming. So now this time, guys, just because I have done rollback, that record, it will be there, okay? But right now, I have deleted record, but I have done rollback. I have recovered it, okay? So now connect to Scott and password you enter tiger, but you will be able to see that record now. आपको वो record दिखेगा. क्यों दिखेगा? क्योंकि मैंने वो rollback करके वापस लाया. Understanding? Because I don't want to delete that record. That's all. I hope you have understood this. How does it work? इधर delete हुआ होता अगर मैंने rollback नहीं किया होता. So everybody understood how to work on this? After grant, like connect to Suraj. Delete. Okay, delete देने के बाद connect Suraj. So delete from Scott.emp where name in Smith. Smith record would have been deleted. जैसे कि अभी नहीं हुआ. Then connect to Scott. Let's see the table. Let's start from EMP. Okay, you will not be able to see that data. So like that, you can verify. Okay, so please take the screenshot, guys. Okay, taken the screenshot, guys, everyone. For example, Suraj. Suraj cannot see the data. Suraj cannot update the data. Suraj can only delete the data. Understanding? So like that we have given. For a common user, for example, like Suraj can have or Suraj can ask for all the permissions to Scott. Okay, if Suraj asks for all the permission to Scott, means Scott will give all the permission. And once Scott gives all the permission, means Suraj can update the data, Suraj can add the data, Suraj can delete the data, Suraj can update the data, Suraj can, see the data. So every kind of operation Suraj can do only when if Scott is ready to give all the permission. Understanding? Is that clear? Yes. Yes. Okay. Huh. Perfect. Yes. Now guys, how to take back the permission? Permission वापस कैसे ले? For example, from Suraj, if you want to take back the delete permission, how to take it back? There is a command called as revoke. Revoke SQL statement, that is कौन सा permission दिया था? Delete का दिया था. Delete on which table you have given EMP. Now it's not to, it's from. Okay, it's not to. This time it is from. From which user? From Suraj. So what will happen? Who can take this permission back actually? Who can take this permission back? Only Scott can take it. Okay, so you should be connected to Scott. Suppose Scott wants to take back the permission from Saurabh. How he can take? Revoke, update, on which table name? EMP, from Saurabh. Now that permission it will be taken. Then revoke, select, on, EMP, from, let's assume, okay, Omkar. So he'll be given, actually he'll be taken back the permission. The permission will be taken back from every user using revoke. Now, if you try to again access and again delete and again update, it is not possible because the permissions are already taken back. Understood everyone how to use revoke? Revoke कैसे use करना है वो समझ में आया सबको? Yes? Any doubts, any questions in terms of grant and revoke? Is it done? Yes. Okay. So please take this. I mean, I think you are having the syntaxes. You don't have to take the screenshot for the syntaxes. You're already having the syntaxes. Just write those syntaxes later. Okay. So syntaxes you have to write later. Okay. For now, let's go ahead with the last type of statement, that is transaction control language. जिसमें कि एक statement आपका पहले से ही हो गया है, right? Okay, what is that? Save point. And what is the next one? Rollback. Save point and rollback. So first one, what is save point? So commit you have already understood, right? So commit in the sense saving the changes permanently. Okay, but what is a save point? What is rollback? That is what I need to explain. So I'll explain you right now. Just carefully listen, everyone. This is very important. Okay, this is something which is very important. So let us start with it. I'll open a new paint. Okay, I'll open a new paint. Now guys, what is commit? Everybody knows. Anyone has doubt? What is commit? Commit में किसी को doubt है क्या? Just let me know fast. Anyone who is having doubt in commit, please let me know. Sure, no doubts? Yes, I'll go ahead. Now guys, what is this save point and what is this rollback? I'll explain. I'll explain you neatly. Now I'll give you the practical scenario. Listen carefully. Okay, मान लो कि एक table है. Okay, there is a table. Let's consider our DPT table itself. Okay, which is having how many records? 4 records it is having. How many records? 4 records. Our DPT table, I can show you it is having 4 records. I'll show you. See, look here. So let's start from DPT. How many records it is having? 4 records it is having. Okay, I'll just copy those 4 records. Okay, I'll just copy those 4 records as it is. I'll copy those 4 records. Now guys, okay, now guys, listen. These 4 records are committed records. Can I say these 4 records are committed records? Can I say these 4 records are committed records, everyone? Yes, okay. Now guys, listen carefully. If I insert some records, for example, if I insert few records, let's assume the record is 50, then HR, then over here some location is like Pune, let's assume, okay? Then one more record if I want to insert 60, then next one is ABC, then over here like, for example, Delhi, okay? Then 70, for example, XYZ, Noida, okay? For example, okay. And one more record like 80, one more record like JKL, and some more, or like one more city, for example, Mumbai. So these 4 records have inserted. How many records have inserted? 4 records. But are these committed records? Just 4 are those committed records? कमिटेड रिकॉर्ड्स है क्या? नहीं है, करेक्ट। सो मैंने सॉफ्टवेयर अगर क्लोज कर दिया और वापस से दोबारा से लॉगिन किया तो विल देयर बी दीज रिकॉर्ड्स प्रेजेंट? दिस रिकॉर्ड्स विल बी वैनिश्ड। अंडरस्टैंडिंग? Yes. So I think everybody knows what is the meaning of commit. If you want to save this total 8 records permanently, means you have to write commit. अगर यहाँ पे commit किया तो हर बार की तरह ये भी commit हो जाएगा. It will be like permanently saved. It will be like permanently saved. Okay, but right now I don't want to save it permanently. Okay. And after this, you have inserted few more records. After this, you have inserted few more records. मान लो कि like 90 and you have written like uh, K KPI or something like this. Okay. And some random records. Let's assume cities like Nagpur, Nashik, and the next one is like 35, and let's assume like HJK, and then over here I'll write like Bangalore. So some record I'm inserting. Okay. Now you tell me. If I close the software now, how many records will be present? If I close the software, yet all these 6 records are not committed. All the 6 records are not committed. All the six records are not committed. How many records? Yes, only 4. Everybody accepts that, right? Yes. Okay. But guys, you tell me. After inserting these records, okay, listen carefully. Okay, everyone listen carefully. After inserting these many records, you realize that these records were waste. Okay, understanding, right? What I'm trying to say? See, very simple. After inserting these 2 records, okay, after inserting this last 2 records, you realize that these 2 records are waste. Now, will you keep on deleting those records one by one? No, you will not go for that. Correct. So it becomes difficult to delete number of records. If those are like, if you realize like all those 2000 records, assume you have entered, and you want to delete all of them one by one, it becomes difficult, right? So what you will do? It's always better to have a save point. So what you guys are going to do, I'll tell you. Once you enter this 8 records, right? Once you enter this 4 records, this new 4 records, you will create a save point. We'll create a save point. Save point 1. Okay, what you will do? You'll create a save point. Save point. What is the name of the save point? S1. Name of the save point, what it is? S1. So now guys, after this, you insert whatever amount of records that you want. For example, 1000 records. Okay, like so many records you have inserted. Okay, 1000 number of records you have inserted. How many records? मान लो कि कितने records insert किए अभी? So many records you have inserted, like 1000 records you have inserted after this. 1000 records you have inserted. Now, if you want to come back here, guys, don't you think you have to reduce down one record? That means you have to delete one records. See, यहाँ पे आने के बाद आपको अगर ऐसा लगेगा कि ये 1000 records waste थे, I want to delete all of them. So, will you keep on deleting one by one every record? Tell me, will you keep on deleting records one by one? No, that becomes difficult, right? So at that point of time, over here, you can directly write a roll back. What you can directly write is roll back to save point. Roll back to save point. Understanding? Roll back to S1. So what will happen? What will happen after this? Immediately, what will happen after this? The control will directly go to the save point that you have created. Control will directly go to the save point. Then once it goes to the save point, what action will be performed? What action will be performed once it goes to the save point? All the remaining records will be deleted. That means save point तक जितने records है उतने मिलेंगे. Save point तक जितने records है उतने मिलेंगे. Understanding what is that? So how many records will be coming as output if you do rollback? Rollback to S1. Rollback to S1 किया तो कितने records आएंगे? How many records will come? 8 records will come. Understanding? 8 records will come. Correct? Yes? Okay. और अगर मान लो रोलबैक S1 की जगह पे आपने रोलबैक सिर्फ रोलबैक किया, फॉर एग्जांपल इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग रोलबैक टू S1, इफ यू जस्ट डू रोलबैक तो क्या होगा? If you just do rollback, then what will happen? Tell me how many records you will get. If you just do rollback in place of this rate, what will happen is the control will directly go to committed records. Understanding? And how many records will be coming? How many records will be the output? In the output, only 4 records. Only 4 records. Understanding, everybody? How does it work? Yes, okay. So roll back to S1 in the sense it will go to save point, till save point, whichever are the records, you will get those. But if you just roll back means it will go to the committed records. I hope you have understood this, everybody. Is that clear? सबको समझ में आया ये? Yes? Okay, cool, perfect. Now guys, let me go here and let me show you how does it work. See here. Okay, I hope you have understood this much, right? Yes, 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 cool. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, perfect. Now guys, let me show you practically. Okay, and right now 4 records are there, right? Let me insert 4 more records. Okay, insert into a table name that is DPT. Then I'll write some values like 41, comma, some random data, comma, like Mumbai. Okay, wait. Values. One row created. Okay, now one more. I'll not commit. Okay, I'll not commit. So one more record I'll write like 42. One more record I have inserted. One more record I'll write 43. Then one more record I'll write that is 44. So like this I'll add the records. Okay, so 4 records I've inserted. Now guys, I'll create a save point. Save point S1. So save point is created after how many records? Tell me. After how many records I have created save points? Save point अगर आप देख लो records अभी table के अंदर तो कितने records होने चाहिए? Not this table. Select star from DPT. How many records are there? Total 8 records are there. But save point is created after 4th record, correct? So now guys, again if I insert few records, for example, insert into DPT values, okay, like for example 51, comma something, some random data, comma something like this. If I insert few more records, okay, for example 2 more records are insert. Now you tell me guys, how many records are there in the table? How many records are there in the table? Select star from DPT. How many records are there? Total how many records are there? 10. Okay, total how many records are there? 10 records are there. Now, if I just do rollback to S1, what and how many records I'll be getting? Rollback to S1, if I do, how many records I'll be getting in the output table, guys? मैंने अगर rollback to S1 की S1, yes, क्या आएगा output? How many records will be coming? 8 records will be coming. See here. How many records will be coming? Select star from DPT. How many records will be coming? 8 records will be coming. Understanding? But if I just do rollback, तो क्या होगा? If I just do rollback, तो क्या होगा? 4 records will be coming. 4 records will be coming. Understanding? Everybody getting to know what it is? So you can create multiple save points. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक save point create कर सकते हो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. You can create multiple save points. Okay, S1 you can create in between S2, you can create in between S3. पर जब तक सॉफ्टवेयर ओपन है तब तक ही ये सेव पॉइंट्स रहेंगे. आप सॉफ्टवेयर क्लोज कर दो, दिस सेव पॉइंट्स विल बी गॉन. Okay, the save points will be open only unless and until your software is open. After that it will be gone, it will be killed. All the save points it will be killed. Okay, so save point C अगर आपने roll back to S3 किया तो ठीक है, S1 S2 will be alive. But अगर आपने directly S1 किया तो S2 and S3 kill हो जाएंगे. Understanding? So always remember, if you roll it back to a particular save point, always till that save point, whatever number of records are there, you will get those many number of records. Okay, and if you just do rollback, means only committed records. So understood what is rollback, what is save point? Is that clear? Yes. Have you understood? I'm asking something. Yes. Have you understood rollback? Have you understood save point? Yes. Yes. Good. Okay. So that is all about your statements, guys. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to do practice for statements. So if we close program, which program? So if we close save point, it will not be there. If you close the software, right, save points will be dead. Only committed records will be getting read. Save points will not be there. It will be killed. Okay. Please take the screenshot of this diagram. Take the screenshot of this diagram. Okay, fine then. Yes. How to insert multiple records? I'll tell you, Sima. Okay. There is a syntax. I'll share the syntax in the group. Okay. How to insert multiple records? There's a syntax for that syntax. I'll share it to you in the group. Just a minute. I'll share that syntax. I'll give it. Okay. Okay, fine. I think it is done. Yes. Can we get those save point record after the rollback? No. Save point record in the sense what? जहाँ तक save point है वहाँ तक के सारे records मिलेंगे. उसके बाद के नहीं मिलेंगे. There is no way to get it back. Okay. Fine then. Yes. So we have completed our statements. Okay, our statement is done. Okay, now after this normalization is pending. So tomorrow we will be having the session on normalization. Okay, tomorrow same time. Okay, you join and we will close normalization tomorrow. Okay, is that clear, everybody? Yes, same time we will have normalization session. We will close it off. Okay, fine. Apart from this, I don't think anything is left. Okay, you already know D keyword. D keyword सबको पता है. So yes, that is all about statements. Okay, you practice it. You guys design the table on your own. For example, you can go for some tables like product and customer table. Okay, Sumit. Yes, Sumit is asking one question, sir. After creating table, if we execute describe command, then sometimes only column name is showing, not data type and constraint. That is just because of one reason. I'll tell you. See here. If I describe branch table right now, Okay, it is not showing. This is what happening, right? ये हो रहा है, correct, Sumit? So this is because you have set the lines. Okay, you have already set the lines. आपने line set कर ली. Line set करने के पहले वो execute करो, हो जाए. For example, see here SQL. If you just log in over here like Scott and Tiger, okay, Scott and Tiger. यहाँ पे अगर आपने set line, यहाँ पे अगर आपने set lines करने के पहले describe कर लिया branch, you will actually get the result. Understood, right? Yes. So do it always before you set the lines. Okay. So fine then, we will meet tomorrow and we will start with normalization. Your statement is over. So practice, guys. Practice is important. And do one thing. Okay, design two table. One is customer table and one is product table. Design two tables. Okay, one is customer table, one is product table. Take whichever columns that you want in customer. For example, customer ID, customer name, customer contact, customer Aadhaar ID. Okay, then customer like payment ID or something like that. Okay, and over here like product you consider like product ID, product name. Take appropriate primary key foreign key. Okay, product ID, product name. Then over here product price, manufacturing date. Okay, then over here you can take like expiry date or something like that. Some columns that you want, you guys can take it on your own. Okay, and it's to one example it is. Okay, and it's to one relation. So create and solve this assignment. Do it just for your practice. Do it, and later tomorrow we will continue with normalization. Yes. So to see all the accounts, which command we can use? See here, this command. Select R from all underscore users. This is the command. Select star from all underscore users. Execute it from any account, you'll get to. Okay, you can drop the user also. Okay, for that also there is a command like drop user user. There is a command for that as well. Like if you want to drop any user, you can do it like this. But only system can do it. Only system can do it. No any else. No any other user can drop the user. If system can create the user, then system only can delete the user. Understood, right? Yes. Fine then, yes, guys. So we'll meet tomorrow. Bye then. Tata, bye bye. List of table. You already know it, right? Select star from tab. This is a command to get the list of table.